Thinking of moving to Rockport, Texas with kids? Well, on the surface, it might seem like a simple, small town with everything that you need, but when it comes to the schools, the programs, and the support, things can get a little tricky depending on your child's needs. Hey everyone, I'm Lezli Milner, a realtor here in Rockport, Texas, and in this video, I'm going to be breaking down everything that parents should know about the school system before making the move. Because while the district does offer a lot, it's not a one-size-fits-all. And if your child is involved in certain sports or advanced programs or even needs extra academic support, the options here might be a little bit more limited than what you would expect. I'm going to be walking you through everything from the public and private options to school performances, special programs, and pre-K options, so that way you can feel confident making the right move for your family. Rockport is part of the Rockport-Fulton Independent School District, which serves the communities of Rockport, Fulton, Lamar, and even parts of northern Aransas Pass. It's definitely a smaller district compared to something like Corpus Christi ISD, and that really gives it a more of a small town community-oriented feel, something that a lot of families really appreciate when they are relocating from bigger cities. There are 4 main campuses that are divided by grade levels. First is going to be the Live Oak Learning Center, which is for pre-K through 2nd grade. Then the kids will move over to Fulton Elementary, which is going to be 3rd through 5th grade. And then the middle school is going to cover 6th through 8th grade. And of course, Rockport-Fulton High School will serve 9th through 12th grade. It's a pretty straightforward setup, and that really helps make the transitions between schools smoother for both students and the parents. Now, the district has just over 3,000 students total, so class sizes tend to be a little bit smaller and the schools are easier to navigate. It's the kind of place where you're going to see familiar faces at school drop-off, at the games, and the local events, and that's something that a lot of families really like. If you're looking for a school district that feels more personal and connected to the community, that is one of the big draws of Rockport-Fulton ISD. But of course, the size and the setup are just one part of the picture. Next, I want to talk about the schools and how they actually perform and what the ratings look like for the district. Now, as far as how the public schools actually perform within the district, Rockport-Fulton ISD currently has a C rating from the Texas Education Agency with an overall score of 76 out of 100. And that score actually reflects how the students are doing across the board, how much they're learning each year, and how well they are being prepared for the next grade level or even life after high school. Now, when you break that down just a little bit more, the district scored a 76 out of 100 for academic growth and a 77 out of 100 for what's called a relative performance, which basically compares how this district is doing next to others with similar demographics. So, while the district as a whole is rated average, it's holding steady with similar schools across the state of Texas. And what's helpful to know is that most students are attending campuses in the district that actually earn a B in certain areas, especially when it comes to how they're supporting different student groups. So even though the overall score for the district is a C, there are certain campuses in Rockport that are doing just a little bit better. Rockport-Fulton ISD also has a strong graduation rate, currently sitting at 95%, which is above the state average. That just shows that the district is doing a solid job helping students finish high school and move on to college, a trade, or even the workforce. At the high school level, students can take AP classes or dual credit courses through local colleges. And there are also career and tech programs that give students a head start if they are planning to go straight into the job market after graduation. And because the district is a little bit smaller, there's just more opportunity to get involved, whether that's through sports, band, UIL competitions, or other extracurriculars, it's a little easier to find your place when you're not competing with hundreds of other students. And like I mentioned earlier, if you've been browsing websites like Great Schools or Niche, you're probably going to see some mixed reviews about the district. But those sites really don't reflect the full picture, in my opinion. They often miss the day-to-day experience, the connection between the teachers and the families, the community involvement overall, and just the kind of support that students actually receive. That's the part that you're going to really start to understand more once you're living here and your child is part of the school community. So if you're a parent thinking about making the move to Rockport, there's going to be a few things that you're going to want to know that just go beyond the ratings and the test scores. First, the district follows a traditional school calendar. That means a mid-August start. You're going to have breaks in the fall, winter, and spring, and the school year usually wrapping up towards the end of May. So if you're used to that setup already, then there's nothing too surprising here. The district does offer bus transportation, which is helpful since Rockport and the surrounding areas can be a little bit spread out. Now, depending on where you live in town, your child may qualify for transportation to and from school. So it's always a good idea to double check with the district based on your address. Now, one of the things that families really appreciate here is the smaller, more personal feel of the schools. You tend to hear from the teachers more often, and there's more of a connection between the school and the community. And a lot of parents say it's easier to feel involved here, whether that's through volunteering, joining the PTA, or just showing up for the school events. Now, as far as student support goes, the district offers additional programs like ESL and Gifted and Talented to meet different academic needs. The ESL staff works to create a safe and encouraging environment where students can develop as frequent listeners, speakers, readers, and writers while learning across all subjects. And for students who are ready to take on a little bit more advanced work, the GT program offers enrichment and academic challenges to keep them engaged. It's a very nice balance of support and opportunity, especially in a smaller district like this one. Rockport-Fulton ISD also provides special education services and accommodations for students who need that extra support. And for those that have children with dyslexia, the district does offer a targeted reading program that helps students improve their reading, writing, and their spelling using a hands-on structured approach that is available across all grade levels. Now, the high school does offer several programs to help students prepare for what's coming after graduation, whether that's college, a career, or the military. For students planning to go the college route, they can take dual credit classes to start earning college credit early, but if they're looking to jump into the workforce after high school, there are career and technical programs like welding, health science, and culinary arts that teach real skills and may even lead to certifications. Now, if the students are considering the military service, the school will help guide them through that process as well, with things like the ASVAB testing and access to military recruiters. So no matter which path your student is on, there is support in place to help them move forward with a solid game plan. Now, for families considering private education instead of public education, there are only a couple of options in the area, so you are pretty limited when it comes to private school. You have the Scared Heart School, a Catholic school serving pre-K through 5th grade, offering smaller class sizes and a faith-based curriculum. Then there's the Strong Tower Academy, which is a Christian school located in Fulton that currently serves kindergarten through 10th grade and follows a university-style schedule, combining on-campus learning with structured time at home. So while Rockport isn't full of private school choices, there are still a couple options for families looking for something beyond the public school system. And because Rockport is a tight-knit town, don't be surprised if you run into other parents from your child's school, at the grocery store, local ball games, or even the community events. That sense of connection is something that a lot of families really enjoy here, especially if you're new to the area and you're still trying to get settled. I'm also going to have the link to the district's website in the description below, so that way you can explore everything from the school programs to enrollment and zoning info whenever you need it. Another thing that's important for a lot of families, especially if you have younger kids, is childcare and pre-K access. Now, Rockport-Fulton ISD, they do offer a public pre-K program, but enrollment will depend on factors like age and eligibility requirements. So it's a good idea to check with the district directly or visit their website to see if your child qualifies and what documents you're going to need to register them. Now, the district currently provides only half-day pre-K programs for eligible students. Availability can vary based on resources and enrollment numbers, so it's always worth confirming what's being offered in the given school year. Outside of the school district, there are also a few local daycares and early learning centers around Rockport. While the school district's pre-K is half-day, many of these other programs may offer full daycare services now, which can be helpful for working parents or families needing more flexibility. Because it is a smaller town, the options aren't as wide as you're going to find in a bigger city. But there are still a few trusted places that families in the area rely on. Like with most places, spots can fill up pretty quickly, especially around the start of the school year. So it is something to plan early for if you are moving to the area. And if you have little ones who aren't school age yet, just knowing what's available ahead of time can really help take some of the stress out of planning your move. So that wraps up what you need to know about the schools here in Rockport, Texas. From the public school options to the private alternatives to district ratings, the support programs, and what to expect depending on your family's needs. Hopefully this gives you a better idea on how things are set up so that way you can make an informed decision. And if you are serious about relocating here to the Rockport area, or if you're a local looking to buy, sell, or invest, I love to be a resource for you. I work with families at all stages of the process, and I'm happy to help however I can. Again, thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.